Could Flare Network Token FLR be the next major crypto to surge? Let me show you guys, based on what I'm seeing on the charts here, that is telling me that it has a pretty good chance of a surge coming up for Flare. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is the weekly time frame. Okay, since the last time I talked about Flare Network, I did point out that there was a falling wedge that broke out back in August of last year. So long time, okay? It hasn't done too much, but this breakout is still valid because the price action is still above this falling wedge upward trend line, okay? And it has not reached that price target yet of about 4.4 cents. Now, price targets are estimates only. There could be more or less. Very much depends on the markets. And what I mean is a bullish market, sideways market, or a bearish market. I think we've seen a lot of sideways markets as for the past year, right? And sideways market, I'm talking about Bitcoin. Okay, it has been consolidating. It has been doing more consolidating than any straight trend. Okay, at least on the higher time frame, or a little bit of a higher time frame there. Okay, we've seen some sudden pumps, like back in November, like back in July, but other than that, we've been kind of going sideways, and that is not usually good for the altcoins. Okay, as we have seen back in March, starting from March, it has had that long falling wedge, which was not good for altcoins. Um, Now, what I'm seeing here for Flare Network, I also missed this pattern here on this weekly time frame since the last time I've talked about it, which is a double bottom, right? One bottom, first bottom on October 2024, second bottom that was March 31st of this year. Now, the neckline of this double bottom would be about 3.8 cents there. And if Flare Network is actually able to break out of that resistance, which had a very hard rejection last time. However, if it is actually able to break out of this resistance here, I'm looking at a price target at about 6.5 cents, which is basically the measurement from the neckline down to the bottom of this pattern. And then you put that measurement back on top of the neckline. That will give you a measured target. Now, measure targets are estimates only. There could be more or less, right? And it very much depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dumps, especially below 110K, that's going to be very bad for the altcoins. So you want to be rooting for Bitcoin, okay? I still think Bitcoin has it's still very early in its bull cycle since it broke through that 110K level. And I am still long on Bitcoin and quite a bit of the altcoins here. And I'm still looking for long opportunities in the altcoins. Um, but yeah, like I said, my opinion is still bullish on this market. And of course, that's just my opinion and not financial advice. And I'll tell you guys when I changed my opinion because as a trader in this market, I am going to consider both sides of the trade and to be open minded, right? So this is basically what I'm thinking for Flare Network. I also talked about let's zoom in a little bit a trend line that was very important for Flare Network to break through. This is on the daily time frame, and why did I say that? Is because if it doesn't break through it, this could form a falling wedge pattern. But since it has broken through it, right, that is very good for Flare Network. So I don't see a possible falling wedge that could form here and drag the price down. What I do potentially see here is a potential cup and handle pattern that could form, right? Because we have a somewhat of a rounded bottom trajectory on this daily time frame. And if it comes up here to about 2.8 cents and retest that about two times, that could form a cup and handle pattern, but still just a guess right now. It's nothing formed yet. Now, I did do a more detailed video on Bitcoin on my longer video today. I will be linking you guys to that. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of Bitcoin, so I think you guys should definitely watch it. So this basically wraps it up for Flare Network. Let me know if you want to see more of Flare Network or any other coins in this market by dropping a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.